Well, everybody, Awestruck Comics Podcast. Happy Sunday. Super Bowl, big game. Wait, do we get in trouble if we just say Super Bowl? Not really, right? We're not really media people. We get flagged. We get
What?
demonetized. You're going to demonetize our 30 viewers?
Oh
How
no,
dare you?
forgot to owe that money.
That's right. Actually, yeah, I think it's how it works now. I think we just pay the 30 viewers, listeners, listeners. Anyway, Awestruck Comics Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Do hype points. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything. It's crazy, crazy. I put up a quick Saturday night thirst trap haul. Uh, you go to that. I'll see if I can link the video up there. I'll try and edit that in. I think there's a thing I can put in there. Anyway, 24 minutes. Just a stack of comics that I got that NJ Comics Stop put up a post and was like, "Hey, I got this box. This sort of I want a collection. I don't want to do anything. You want to come down and look at it? It's unsorted and it's $1 or 50 cents if you buy two." Sounds good to me. So I went down there, cleaned up. And before I could put it in the collection, I just recorded it because that's how it goes. You know what I mean? But now I got to get it in there. It'll make me crazy today if I don't. So, but let's jump into the news. We're doing it. It's out. We're gonna hit the news time, reviews time. Who's playing the Super Bowl?
The only thing I got this week, boom, look at that foil. It's
Oh,
the second Spider-Man Superman crossover, the one from 1981.
who did that cover? Is it Glenn Orbick?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Really good, really good cover. And of
Glenn
course,
Orbick, and
really good back
then
cover. I like that the back covers are foil too.
yeah, that's good. How
Yeah,
much is that? 20,
22.99.
22. Oof, oofa.
Oofa, indeed.
That's good though. That's good paper. I don't even think I ever looked at those big treasuries reprinted.
No, they're good. It's like not quite deluxe newsprint, but it's pretty good newsprint. It's got a good tactile feel to it. It's not high gloss, which ugh, we hate. No me gusta.
No high
Un poco.
gloss. Speaking of high gloss, Alex Ross, Marvel Dimensions, Marvel Arts. This is kind of what should happen. This is kind of what I believe should happen. Meaning, I feel like there should just be these specific projects that go to Marvel. Just take it and put it over there, almost like an Epic line. You could say them, and I know it's Abrams Comics Arts or whatever, and then they have this Marvel Arts line that his was a finesse were full circle. The only hesitation on this thing for me,
For
is
you.
that it's going to come out, 2099. It's a let me see here. It is. Like, I'm a little confused of how this is. Every new sequence reveals another layer building towards its final act that reframes everything. A bonus 32-page comic book is included that is pivotal to the storyline. I don't know what they're talking. I don't know what this is. I don't understand what that means.
Is it so it's not an art book, it's a storybook, kind of?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what this is? You know what this could be? I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't know. Fully painted spreads that echo the earliest stories. Okay. So he's doing the same format he's always fucking doing. So he's going to do the two-page origin sequence for a bunch of things and then have some type of 32 page like real of actual narrative. So kind of be a combination. Now my issue with this is I think it said it's 112 pages, something like that. Yeah, I think overall one I think I looked at it earlier was 100 and some pages. And then so what's going to happen though, this is the problem with that I'm going to have, Marvel Dimensions, a graphic novel. Okay. This is my problem is I bought Full Circle the day it came out. I had to hunt for it, by the way. I remember I had to dig around to go find it somewhere. It's insane. Insane to me. I called a couple stores I didn't know what I was talking about. Because again, I don't think they advertise it very well. And this came out 2 months later. I am happy to see. So maybe I'll put something together and sell my old Full Circle because this expanded edition has like 228 art pages after that. So I am not going to buy this probably, and then just wait, and then we'll buy the expanded edition when that's
That
clearly
makes
going to come
sense.
out.
That makes
Clearly.
sense.
That being said, because you look like even like this was 30, and then now you can buy it for 13.79 as a hardcover, or you could buy it in paperback for 14.50, or you can buy it for $10 and not own it on Kindle.
But
I don't know. This again, I feel like whenever he does anything by himself, a Full Circle was pretty solid, but I feel like he had a co-writer on that. I feel like there was somebody helped him a little bit in the scripting, not Jim Kruger.
Not
Um,
Chip Cooker.
not slamming Jim Kruger. I'm just saying that like whoever. I'm just saying like there needs to be some type of like nuance. I think that's why Kingdom Come works a little bit better because Wade just has a bit more nuance, and it was I think easier, broader ideas. I like the Earth X ideas, but I feel like they were sometimes it was so set on the idea that there was no movement, just very rigid, a little more rigid. Anyway, sounds good. There was a post that Barucci had up a while ago with him and Brian Pulido, Nick Barucci, Dynamite Entertainment. So they're
Mm.
signed a co-publishing deal. Very minimal stuff here. I guess what's confusing is this is reprint rights. It seems to be 3-volume Eve Ernie collection that will include Evil Ernie, Smiley the Psychotic, Blood and Spinoffs, Lady Death, Purgatory, Chastity, other chaos characters. I'm trying to think what there's a couple other ones that just left my head. So,
So they're taking the books that he's been doing on Kickstarter the past couple of years and doing collections for him
mm,
for the mass market. Is that what they're doing?
no, I mean, this seems like it's old stuff. It says it will begin with a Conrad's 3-volume collection, full Evil Ernie, and then so I think it's maybe they're going back and doing all old stuff. And then it's okay. I'm sorry. Right, you're right. Other collections planned for future Kickstarters include Lady Death, Purgatory, Chastity, and Coffin Universe. I wish AI wasn't writing press releases because like does that mean that the top stuff is going to be Kickstarter first, and then because it says down here it says for future Kickstarters. I give up, man. I don't know. Does he not own Lady Death now, or he does? I feel
He
like he.
owns Lady Death mostly. I think there was a point where he made a deal with someone else, and I think
Mm,
someone else got the rights to do one. Like once, I think he made a deal. They were going to do something. It didn't happen. So they went to court, and now this other person has the rights to do like one Lady Death special, but
yeah.
otherwise it goes back to just Brian Pulido.
Okay. I mean, it's hard. It's gotta keep on going. It's not as if this is very amazingly lucrative. So, I don't know if you saw this. So, Vampire Isle #1. This is so if you watch the Frazetta painting with ice and whatever that special is. It's on Tubi, I think. It's on a couple different. It's on YouTube. Anyway, great special. But Frazetta was kind of notoriously known to have stipulations in his contracts that he gets his art back. And
Right.
then when he has his art back, he messes with it. So in 1991, he repainted the Vampire #1 because he never liked the costume design. Costume design, I think, was given to him by Jose Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken. And then he had to paint it on, but he never liked it. So he went back in 1991 and then made this. So this is the repainted Naked Edition that
Gotcha.
Frazetta State is going to be selling at auction. It's $150,000 right now. But I was looking at this, like the Frazetta prints on Frazetta Girls. Like this is fine, but the whole thing is just the deeper. It's like he took out all the red like completely. And again, this is an Heritage Auction image. This is a Frazetta Girl image. Um,
Hmm.
that's so much better. Like, and I know it's not. It's I don't know. I don't care if he doesn't like this. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like whatever, it's going to sell a lot. But I was looking at this. So 24 by 30 on canvas is 380. I think the rolled was when I looked at it. Then I went down a rabbit hole here where
Yeah.
he did use a lot of models on his. He married one of his models. That's his wife, and then she had her friends pose for a ton of his stuff.
It's a tough life.
Tough life. Yeah, but what was crazy about this stuff is that this guy on I don't know this just I kind of came across I don't have Facebook, but I was able to you can access a little bit of Facebook, and then it's like you gotta log in now. We gave you a tease. Gotta log in now, but I'm really good at not logging into Facebook. So, but this guy basically was saying like this is this model, and this is this pose, and then just Michael Linzer down here. I don't think so. In one of Rosetta's original Van P cover sketches, she has both her feet in the ground. Her figure flows 100 times better. So it's just funny that like and I know you see more of this than you say that I would have too many. I already have enough rabbit holes. I don't need to join Facebook and join the message groups and too many, too many.
No, it's just too fun to like just argue here. Just argue here.
Yeah, argue there instead of Twitter, I guess, or X or whatever that is, or argue on X too. These, I think we may have covered these. I think my favorite thing about these specific figures is this like packaging. I don't think I'd ever take them out of the packaging because there's the Conan one, there's the Death Dealer one.
Yeah, these are really good packaging.
38, 38. I don't know if you saw these. This is pretty cool. DCAMC team for classic popcorn buckets, and you're in trouble, Rob, because here you go, buddy. There you go, 21.95, and you get a lanyard of some sort. What would he do?
Yeah,
But look at I zoomed in. Look at that, dude. They're like it's a little etched. 21.95. I mean, it probably will comment to you and say, please don't eat popcorn out of this. Like I think it's so weird they make these metal
yes,
things. They're called popcorn buckets, and every single one's like, do not eat any food out of this thing. Do not.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but what am I going to do with that?
I'll show you what you're gonna do. Ready? This is the struggle. I feel it's really weird that they did all the classics and they did this Wonder Woman. You did the
Yeah,
scrapbook Wonder Woman. You do Wonder Woman number one. You do her on the horse. I don't know. I have
right.
no idea why. This is a bad decision. See? This one's fine. Uh, but you can see the depth and the etching on it. I think that's pretty cool. A little bit.
No, they're
But see
cool.
there. See? You put it on a shelf, bro. See, that's tough to look at, man, because I got a spot right here. You know what I mean?
How big are they inside? Like, can you like store comics in them?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean,
Can
I'll
you
buy
get a
one of
second
them.
use out of them? Hmm,
Maybe, I'm trying to think which one I would buy. Probably that one.
probably.
If I had to buy one, oof, tough one. Shit. Oh man. Hmm.
Well, for me, as you know, it's between action and Superman, and I'd probably go with action.
Yeah.
Although I do love Superman.
I love that cover too, though. Man, tough one. Tough one, everybody. And maybe they'll make more. I don't know. Apparently they were in stores a week or two ago. I saw an article about it. Then, like some official stuff came out for it.
What store?
Pretty cool. It's an AMC store, AMC.com.
Uh,
And I guess they got some there's a Lord of the Rings popcorn bucket, anniversary popcorn tin. Do not eat anything out of it. Don't do it. Here's more I don't know if we covered these. I don't think we covered these last week. So this is I hate this like fake logo. They're doing some type of I hate it. I don't like this at all. I hate it. So which one is this? This is Spider-Man, Superman, and Gary Frank. Great. You got a
yeah,
red lantern right there. I don't know. I can't tell if that's a reflection but that's, again, tough. It's tough to not see him on main stuff. What is this, dude? I don't. What am I looking at here? Is that?
it's come on, it's armored up Batman, it's steel, and it's armored
It's not
Spider-Man.
steel. It's like I don't know. I don't know.
It's like Elvis steel.
Well, maybe it's is it his Dark Knight? Is that Dark Knight? The problem with Frank Miller now is that he doesn't draw. You can't tell that it's a grizzled old Batman because he draws that Batman exactly the same. I think that's all he draws though. I don't think he's when he draws Batman. I think he only draws Batman. He only draws his Dark Knight Batman. So maybe I've just answered it. So maybe he's has some type of fiction. Is he getting a two-page story in this thing? They didn't announce it yet, but I think that's how it happened last time. He had a cover and he's like, I'm drawing 2 pages. And you're like, okay, Frank Miller. And then they just give him 2 pages. So so that'll probably be a story, maybe. But
Yeah.
what Spider-Man is that?
It's from like 100, right? Web Spider-Man 100?
Yeah, I guess. It just like that's not it to me, it doesn't I don't know.
Just a reason to have them in some sort of armor.
I can't tell
Ish.
if that's a Sinclair. Probably. I think it's all he does. It's a little it's just
They're they're exclusive. You can't have a Frank Miller cover without Sinclair coloring it.
exclusive. But it's real I mean, come on. I think that a lot of people could have covered this better. But this does evoke the Dark Knight Strikes Again, like Lynn Varley, like
Yes.
like colors a little bit. There's your Ramos one. Bleh.
The
Uh,
the girls that didn't get their men.
yeah, great. I don't know. That's dumb. Yeah, you're right. They're the college. They're the high school college girls that didn't get the men.
Yep.
Awesome. And this is an EM Gist one, which I typically like some of his stuff. I think it's pretty good, but this Superman looks old as fuck. This reminds me of the John Buscema How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way when he talks about lines on faces. If you have too many lines on faces, every line you put on, you age them by 5 years.
Hmm.
Johnny Boo, everybody. Scotty Young. I see them and they don't do anything. They zero things for me. Nothing.
but they sell.
I know, but the jokes are never that good. It's never good. It's never good. As I
It's
listen, I like
crazy.
Scotty Young on, Middle West, I think is his best work. I never read the sequel to that, the Corona, the Me You Love Me in the Dark, something like
You
that.
know, I
I
think
should
I
read that.
mentioned that on Youngblood #1, the second highest selling covers after the Liefeld covers are Scotty Young. He beats out Daniel Warren Johnson, Ryan Otley.
God, fuck. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on, people. Come on. Well,
people like him.
there's your Peach Momoko. Well, I can't wait for the X-Men to be done that way. They'll have a new Ultimate X-Men, I guess, after that. This I don't know what to do with because I didn't read one like you're gonna do a sequel to One World Under Doom, sort of like it's before One World Under Doom, and he does mention it a couple times that this is like a new evergreen Doom story. So I guess you just have to make Doom content, so you might as well. This to me is a really weird angle. I like it, but it's almost like it's someone's aping Alex Ross, but it is
Yes,
Alex Ross. I also feel like this is just like my bag I take to work. It's like my computer bag. I don't know. He's got that. I don't know what that is right there.
it's his man purse.
I'm taking my Merce Doomquest, baby. And again, this is arguably. I feel like that in the rain. I don't know. That's he's done Superman in the rain like that. But see, this is why this is the argument of like everyone can't really. Everyone's half and half on the Amazing Spider-Man run because all the space stuff is all Pepe Larraz's cool stuff, and then the JRJR stuff just kind of stunts it, just kind of like stops it dead. So, but that's good. That's like good and powerful. So maybe he just should just be doing. I also can't tell who's inking him. If that's Scott Hanna or it's not Jansen.
Listen, we always like JR's Iron Man. You know, he's good with certain characters.
And there's your
Ah,
Luciano Vecchio, my favorite Italian. I'm not sure if it's Italian, but like I would think. But I didn't even know what that was. They're like, oh, it's an homage cover. I'm like, of what? I don't really. This is not that famous of a cover, you know.
no, it's not. Nobody cares about Iron Man.
But they're taking. It's kind of like what did Jeff Johns? What did he do? He took two sentences and made Blackest Night. He took two Alan Moore sentences. So this is what Ryan North's doing. He's going back reading through old Iron Mans. He's like, all right, let me take the Doom Quest. That's a good word. Let me make a whole series out of that. 10 issues, good trade, no problem. Have you read any of this? I feel like I hear this is good, but I don't know what this is. I feel like Daniel Noah is the co-creator, or whatever, but there's different artists in it. But this one caught my attention because now last issue's going to be done by Christian Ward. And Christian Ward last couple of years with Odyssey, with Traction, which I thought was great. Actually, Christian Ward wrote the Two-Face series we both liked a lot
Yeah,
last year. But Christian Ward's, and I didn't finish the Aquaman. I guess it's on the DC app. Did you read that Aquaman Andromeda he did?
with Ram V.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I read it. I liked it.
Yeah, I gotta get back to maybe I gotta make a little list. I gotta make some lists. Gotta make some lists.
Make some lists. Check them twice.
But yeah, this looked really good. This looked really really good. And then it's funny, he talks about here that it's like the most excited he's been to draw stuff, but just look at the scape of everything. It just looks very Promethea. Looks very
Yes, very Prometheus.
yeah, I love it. Looks great. But I'm curious to see that. I hate this news sucks. I hate this is terrible. I don't know what Marvel's doing. First off, good on Mignola. I'm sure he got paid a lot of fucking money for this, and that's the only thing that's even remotely. I'll just save this image. I'm never buying this fucking book. Uh, Spider-Man Meals to Astonish. I feel like a lot of these stories are already on the Marvel app. I don't care about. I feel like the fad of the food to anything else is done. No, Bourdain killed himself. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I
It
mean?
it
Gordon
works with
Ramsay's still
that.
around.
There's an independent person who does it. Okay, and they mix the cookbooks with their comics, and it works in Japan. There's mangas about this stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
crazy. So, they're going to try it here in America, and it won't work
Look
because
who's going to try it. This fucking guy's going to try it. CB Cebulski with the self-insert. Come on,
the
man. How dumb does this look?
yeah,
And also, if you're editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, I would probably call the artist and be like, make me look a little thinner, right? And this
yeah.
is a fake character. This is a food critic. Okay, and then oh no, there's gonna be all this Spider-Man shit around. Then they're gonna have a bunch of extra stuff in it, just like the big Marvel ones. I'm sure it's $10. They didn't say on how much it's gonna be. Now that being said, I really like Gustavo Duarte, who did a Bizarro miniseries a couple years ago. Really good,
Yes, I remember.
wonderful color, like wonderful artist. So not taking anything away from that, but it's like I don't know who Paul, like am I supposed to know, do I know, I don't know who Paul Carmichael. I guess he's famous. There he is. It's me. Paul Carmichael, right? EJ Sue's
That's
getting some work in here though. Steve
cool.
Orlando. Okay. And everyone's favorite writer, Paul Eichbach. Got it? Very exciting.
Yeah.
You see the Motu stuff yet? The Motu,
Yeah, man.
look at this, dude. Triclops, baby. Look at
It's
the
awesome.
detail on that.
Triclops. No, but
Yeah.
Mattel's really got to step up. They're like, this is the most attention He-Man will ever have, ever again. So let's put it all out there.
Deluxe articulation,
God,
dude.
what are these going to be? Like $30 toys?
I think they're 20, I think they're 20 to 25. Battle Cat's 30, 39, I want to say. That's pretty great. I have a Battle Cat right here. I have my original Battle Cat right here, baby.
That's awesome. I hope, I hope they have Fisto Stridor, his big mechanical horse.
Maybe. We're getting Beastman. Beastman will be
That's all Beastman. So now there's only one. There's only one character left we haven't seen yet.
maybe. Maybe I got him
I
right
can't do
here.
it. Ah, Merman. I can't do Merman.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
see
not.
Merman. But look at that trap jaw, dude. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that's awesome. These
Also, a
these
lot
look like
there was a lot of social media last week. Did you notice that there was zero Jared Leto? So I wonder what type of contract he has. You know, they need to just not. There's supposed to be a scene. Yeah, there's supposed to be a scene. That's
a
the rumor.
Keldor
There's a
scene,
yeah, because Keldor's for those who don't know, for the
probably. I
for
think
the
so.
5 people who don't know of the 30 people that watch us.
Spoilers. Spoiler
Keldor.
alert. Keldor might be Skeletor and King Randor's half brother.
Yeah, good.
It's
That Battle Cat looks like, dude. Good. Articulated.
looking
Yeah,
cool, man.
baby.
My daughters right now have no interest, but then they watch the trailer and they're like, hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if it gets the Barbie buzz. Because let's face it, Mattel's got three things: Barbie, Hot Wheels, right?
Yeah.
Barbie, Hot Wheels, and He-Man.
I feel like there is
Oh,
a
and,
Hot
and
Wheels to the something or other coming. No?
something. Oh, and they have DC. They have the license for DC now. But those three are their three main properties left.
Yeah. I mean, this looks like if this looks that looks like a McFarlane. That's like the Four Horsemen era to me. So if they have these sculptors on the new DC stuff, good. I don't know if they're gonna go weird. McFarlane tends to go a little weird with some of it. I don't know if they're going to go that far out. That's what I liked about DC Direct when they had Rainbow Batman, and they did the 80-page giant like four pack. Like, come on, like they did some crazy cool stuff.
Yeah.
I have that 80-page giant downstairs where it's like four different Batman figures in there. Dope, dope. Um, they're reprinting all of this in multiple printings, which I think is interesting. Like, I mean, is that I guess it does sell because I feel like every time I see multiple prints at my LCS at John's, like it's they're gone, they sell out. Doesn't matter the printing. I did like what was it, Batman 1, the 14th printing or whatever, had that like blue. It was like that was pretty nice.
It's so amazing. This world of absolute, this stuff just keeps selling and selling and selling. Uh, Mark Wade mentioned, and Mark Wade, I got another side story about him. He wants to do absolute Dead Man. He's like, I got a Dead Man thing I'd like to do, and I'm like, all right, make room for Dead Man. If Martian Manhunter stops at 12, which we kind of feel like it will, we don't
mm,
know.
right.
Yeah, I could do a Mark Wade. So Mark Wade is super pissed about Alan Moore's Whatever Happened to Thunderman. Alan Moore wrote an actual novel called Illuminations. It's a bunch of short stories.
Hmm.
And one of them has a story called Whatever Happened to Thunderman. Thunderman is Alan Moore's Superman pastiche, he's had Thunderman for he actually created him for a 1963 sequel that was going to be DC characters.
Hmm.
And then he took some of his Thunderman ideas and turned them into some of his Supreme ideas. And then he was going to do a Thunderman comic like 10 years ago through Image, like Thunderman. And he had a bunch of pastiche characters. It was going to be called the Superverse. And it was going to correlate with the movie he was doing, but it just fell through, which sucks. And you and I are going to do an incredible special about the Superverse one day.
Hmm.
So anyway, so he writes this short story called Whatever Happened to Thunderman. And it's about the character, but it's more about a fake DC offices of the 80s. And apparently, Mark Waid got so pissed at the way he talks about certain people. He goes, "Yeah, there's people in there that definitely deserve the vitriol that Alan Moore spurs, but there's people that weren't bad." And he still kind of shits on him. And he's
Hmm.
like, "Fuck." He's like, "Fuck you, Alan Moore." I was like, "Damn, Mark
Oh wow.
Waid." I
This was
know.
recently?
Yeah, his last week.
Oh wow. Hmm.
So I have to read that story. I don't know. I got to read it. One, I try to read everything Alan Moore anyway, but two, I'm obsessed with Alan Moore. Anything Superman related to Alan Moore. It's like the best thing Alan Moore does is when he touches on Superman type stuff. It's my favorite stuff.
Is
So
there, let me see. I'm just looking on I'm just looking to see if they have his stuff on here. Sometimes they'll have audiobooks, but I don't see anything on here. Spotify
no,
does so like more, you can do one or two audiobooks a month. I'd be curious to see if because he does his own audiobooks, is that right?
no. He does he read them? No. I
Oh
wish.
man. That's
You know
that should
what?
be your job.
That should be my job. I should
Yeah.
just read Alan
Why are
Moore
you delivering packages all
novels.
day for a pension and stuff, you know?
How dare I get benefits for my kids?
Crazy.
I say good day, sir.
Oh crap. This is kind of a non-comic story, but I was talking to this one guy on the phone this week at work, and I
Yeah.
saw he was a UPS driver, and I could hear him not wearing a seatbelt, just like you sometimes. And I hear beep beep beep. I'm like, what do you know?
That's not a seatbelt. It's not putting the emergency brake on. Let's get it straight.
Uh, okay. All right.
When you
Well,
don't
there
put
you
your
go.
emergency brake on at a stop, it'll beep. But
Okay.
also, we're not driving manual transmissions anymore. So
Right, right, right.
that's funny. You heard the beep. You're like, I know that beep.
I know that beep. And then like I could see on the delivery sheet that's where he works. So I said something, and he's like, and I said, yeah. And he's in it 20 years. I was talking about you, and I was like, well, he's nervous about the, he's nervous about the union negotiations. He's like, yeah, me too. And I'm like, oh no, like I don't need to hear that. I don't need that confirmed news. If this guy in like Indiana is nervous too, I'm like, ugh. No, pay my boy. Pay my boy. I
That's
mean,
right.
or it could be blessing in disguise. You get fired, you get a giant severance, right? Which is not they're not doing that, but giant, a big enough severance. You have an uncle that died you didn't know of. I'm not trying to kill your uncle you don't know of, but maybe, and he left you a big batch of money, and then you can just
Yeah.
get good recording
See,
equipment, and
I did
I'll
have
be
an
the
uncle.
engineer.
I did have an uncle. I didn't know, but he's not rich
No,
because my grandfather was a dog.
no. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, if then we can get good recording equipment and you can record all of the Alan Moore. Are you allowed to do, oh, look at that. Are you allowed to do um I guess it's still copyrighted material, right? Like we can't just like well, no, I don't know. I guess maybe you could. Maybe you could just read and we'll just put it up on our channel.
Yeah, there's nothing against you reading a book, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. Or you know what? I put up a chapter. If people like it, cool. If people sue us, I ain't got nothing to sue over.
Yeah, let's put
What
up a
are
fair
they going to
use.
win? What are they going to win from you? A cat? Well, actually, no, Mark. What I wanted to do, we discussed this. We're going to start with his poems from like the 1970s and just work our way up.
Right, right, right. And then to have the big epic series of the Twilight of the Superheroes, like like that would be the biggest.
I'll read that.
Yeah, that would be the biggest thing. So, very comfortable cat here on all my Conans. So pretty nice, get a nice tan. That's it for the news base. There was a couple other small things I thought were real boring. Some diamond stuff that was meh. Um,
Was there something about distillery?
yeah, distilleries sign with Diamond, but I think I read there's something if you read through that article at the bottom, they may be having a digital component sale through somebody through like not global, but there might be something that's going to be announced in a week or two. that they have some type of loophole. I think the thing that's a bummer about it is that some stuff is very infrequent, and I don't know when it'll happen. Like Ghost Ship is, I think, going to be completed soon. That's like almost. It was supposed to be like by by monthly, I think, and I think it's been like every other year that comes out. Like I feel like it's been a while. Ghost Ship 3 is due. But some things just started, so I think that's a bummer, you know. But yeah, Distillery, I think it was is that they have a diamond contract, and now the diamond's going from 11 to chapter 7. They can't put stuff out, you know. So or don't have a way to distribute through anyone else. And I think Oni switched to Penguin Random House from Lunar, which might help some retailers actually for minimums, you know. So yeah.
You know what? I wrote down a couple things that are fun. It's not exactly news, but it's fun tidbits.
Oh, it's
These are
news.
these are Rob's tidbits. Did you
Rob's
know that
bits.
Adam Polina designed Ultimate Peter Parker? Like
No.
when Mark Bagley got on the Ultimate Spider-Man comic, his designs given to him for some of the characters were by Adam Polina. So was Adam Polina going to draw it? It's a good question. I went down a small rabbit hole of Adam Polina because the other week you had posted an X-Force. Well, you didn't post it, but there was an X-Force comic and you were flipping through it, and there's an ad for an upcoming issue, and it's got Danny Moonstar like kind of standing, and she's got kind of like a crop top on, and everyone's sitting next to her. Really good image, and you're like, oh, they probably never used this for a cover. Well, I found out they did, but they separated her. They made it a wraparound, so she's on the right side of the cover, and they took the other characters waiting for like a bus and put it around the back. And they changed her top because in the ad it looks kind of like reflective, and in the regular comic it's not. It's something really interesting. Like I thought. Um, so I thought that was cool. There was three other artists asked to do Ultimate Spider-Man because Mark Bagley turned it down, and one of them got pissy with him, like, "I'm gonna kick your ass." And Mark Bagley's like, "All right, let's go." He goes, "No, no, I'm just kidding." But they gave me Ultimate Spider-Man when you were going to quit after issue 6, and then it's X-Force 71 if that's where. Oh, you look up. Oh, Peter Parker. See, there's the cover there. You see them at the bus stop. But the advertisement that you showed last week put them all together in one image. They put her and the group together. I thought that was cool. Other Bagley news. He's doing a Conan Savage Sword magazine. I think he's doing a 69-page story inked by John Dell. Mark Bagley is kind of retired, but he always wanted to do a Conan story. So I think that's pretty awesome stuff. Uh, I'll have to check out your issue. Look at you doing research. Doing research, Mark. So there's a rumor going around that when Steve Ditko quit Amazing Spider-Man, he kept drawing Spider-Man comics on the side for like 100 issues. Do you ever hear this rumor?
This is like the X-Men Elsewhere type of shit.
It's like, yeah, supposedly he kept doing it and he did his own Spider-Man for like 100 issues just to satiate himself and where he wanted the story to go. So who knows if it's real? You know, it's like down in Mexico when they hated that Gwen Stacy died. They're like, well, we're just going to make our own continuity where Gwen Stacy stays alive and marries Peter Parker. That's real. There's a real Mexican comic where Gwen Stacy lives.
Yeah, did Larson put up the wedding issue or something
I think he might have. I think people were really
on his
interested in it.
Facebook? Yeah,
And they found Mexican artists who had kind of a Ramita-ish, Ross
yeah.
Andrew-ish style. You know, so they look pretty good. Yeah, have
That's
you
dope.
heard anything about the Conan book yet? Like, has it hit your Conan
No,
circles?
no, that's why I don't know. No, not at all. Now he did do a cover. He did do a cover of Scourge of the Serpent. So that's probably his initial in, and then they're testing him out. That's fine. You know, that's this. I'll put that up.
See? Exclusive news.
Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, you
Um,
said Dell is inking him, which is fine, you know, but I really liked him inking himself on the things. So
Other cool things I heard this week. You ever read King of Spies, the Mark Miller book with Matteo Scalera?
No.
Okay, it's really good. It's basically like a James Bond's retired, and I think his son gets in trouble or something. So he's got to go one last mission, and it's basically a suicide mission. But like when he designed the book, it just looks like Pierce Brosnan. So when he pitched this to Netflix, they're like, we just have to get Pierce Brosnan. Like you can't do this without Pierce Brosnan. So that's supposedly one of the movies Mark Miller's working on this year for Netflix. But apparently, Scalera wasn't the first person to supposed to draw it. It was originally going to be Eduardo Rizzo, which would have looked incredible. But Rizzo, I think something didn't connect, so he stopped doing it. And then they were going to get a Gordon Parloff, who did Starlight, but then he
Yeah.
had a stroke.
Oh, I
He had
didn't
a
know that.
stroke, yeah, so he couldn't do it. So it ends up going to Matteo Scalera, which is it's pretty interesting if you actually go through all Miller World books. They're all different. Super Crooks was originally going to be drawn by Dave Gibbons, but Dave Gibbons ended up wanting to co-create something different. They do, Secret Service, which now we call the Kingsman,
Right.
which lets Lino Yu do two books for Miller World.
Are they
And
doing
Lino,
anything with Starlight or that or
yes, they got the rights to Starlight back, I think. So that's going to move forward. And next summer, they're doing a Miller World comic crossover series. I think that's to build a space franchise for Netflix. So it's Starlight, it's Space Bandits, it's Sharky the Bounty Hunter. It's all his space fair. Oh, and Empress ties in too, even though Empress takes place 65 million years ago. So
happens?
it happens. It's all, it's interesting. Miller's doing less comics this year because he's doing the movies. And he's also doing the movie based off his first Kickstarter. But Miller's been quiet. We haven't heard anything from Miller since December. So it's been like 2 months of Miller quiet. No interviews, no nothing because I don't know what's going on. If I were Netflix, I'd be pissed about the Kickstarter stuff. But simultaneously, now Netflix has Warner Brothers, and that's a whole thing too, because people think Netflix doesn't have an interest in publishing.
Right. Right.
So they're afraid they're going to just start licensing out the DC stuff. All rumors. Nothing but rumors
Yeah.
here.
I know Sarandos had some type of thing this week, and they asked him, or because I guess he's got to be in front of some type of monopoly-ish board where they have to ask him questions and stuff if they're able to pass this, like that he can get it, he can get Warner Brothers, whatever. So they're asking about the release window, and he talked about the release window. He's like, well, if movies perform well, they'll stay in the movie theater. If they don't perform well, like Superman, it'll go to streaming faster or go to digital faster. And they're like, oh my God, shots fired. And I'm like, and I'm
Also,
pretty sure that I'm sure James Gunn can't control himself. So I'm sure he typed something like, well, it was a strategy. We wanted to get it into people's hands because he just panics like crazy every time. He
there's
should
a
just, he's got to take his stuff back.
strong there's a strong push for the Snyderverse to come back. Like and Snyder keeps saying stuff, and Ben Affleck said something like I don't know if Netflix wants to do something separate with them, like maybe do a like I don't want to make it confusing for people. Like let Gunn do what he wants to do, but if you want to do that, if you want to finish it, do something. I don't know. I don't want it to be confusing for
If
people.
you okay, so for people who don't know, why don't you fill them in on what would happen if it goes through? Lois is pregnant with whose baby?
Snyder said he changed it. He has full plot outlines for Justice League 2 and 3, and
No,
there's a
but come on, man. Like that's
yes.
I
Lois
I
Lane
Snyder makes me
bangs.
insane.
He does.
She bangs Ben Affleck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
When
bad flag.
they're yes.
While
Because she thinks
they're
while
mourning
they're mourning.
Superman's death.
It's
Cool.
wedding crashers. It's like, oh, Will
Oh
Ferrell, oh,
my
there.
God. Yeah, exactly. It's not great. It's not great.
But the
And
rest of it's
then
really good though. The anti-life equation stuff, Riddler figuring stuff out because he's super smart. Like there's a bunch of neat stuff in that Snyderverse JLA 2 and 3.
God
It's
damn
not
it.
it's not perfect, but it's got a lot of weird stuff in it. Or you just might get the Dark Knight timeline or the whatever they call that, in the Mad Max Justice League stuff we
Yeah,
got at
yeah.
the end. So I
Why
don't
don't
know.
we do? Yeah, I also feel like that's such a bad trope too. I feel like it ruined Lego 2 to have that Mad Max future. I think that JLA Justice League 15-hour movie that ended with fucking Mad Max and everyone's in a closet filming themselves with their iPhone. You know what I mean? Like nothing. Just it just looked odd. You know,
It
no
looked
one's
odd, but you know
together.
what? People liked it.
Ugh.
That movie did really good for HBO Max, you know.
I don't know. I don't really understand the money of it. I don't understand the money of any of the streaming stuff. I understand buying a ticket and so much goes to the theater and so much goes to the thing. I don't understand any of the money of any of the streaming shit. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea how like Apple just keeps shelling out money and just put out these fucking movies that don't like what is it? What your 5.99 subscription? You get more 5.99 subscription because you have the gorge. I don't I don't know what it is, you know? I don't know what it is. Um I'll go to your chat stuff, but I'm gonna go into plugs. You got anything else? I'm gonna jump into
One
plugs.
other thing. I basically turned this into lying in the gutters. Like the
You
end of
did
this
it.
show. So apparently Joe Casey and Jose Ladron are working on a project too.
What?
Don't know what it is. I hope it's not Hip Flask, but yes, I will take. We need Ladron back. I miss that guy's art.
Mm.
So yeah, pretty interesting stuff.
X will eventually give it to you. We go down to where we left off. Boom.
Face cover.
74. Die Hard.
I feel like when you need to get a cover done, boom, face cover
Face cover.
in your face.
Isn't he a
It's
black
cool.
guy? I'm confused. What
No,
is it?
that was like one person's take, and it never took because he was white in Strike File. Although he was colored dark in one picture, but no, he's always been a white dude.
Hmm.
And if you read Jim Toe's run, he's like president of the United States and pretty white. This is cool. You know, Liefeld getting inked by McFarlane, Cougar front and center, which is funny because it harkens back to New Mutants where Cougar almost joined New Mutants, and that was a nice McFarlane ink cover.
Right. Right.
My problem with this is McFarlane, of course, inked it digitally, so boo to that. I mean, it's still good, but it's not like as good as inks on paper McFarlane.
Yeah, and I wonder if I don't know. I guess it would be I don't know if Liefeld went back into retouch or anything. Doesn't seem so. Seems very McFarlane. Yeah, it's the McFarlane digital.
Right. And there's, of course, Liefeld's pencils.
Jeez. Oof. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of reconstruction. Not so much on the back. He couldn't do much flair with the back, but that's a lot of face reconstruction. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. I would have rather had just Danny Miki or somebody ink this. I actually don't like the
I
McFarlane version.
probably just would have preferred Liefeld to ink it.
Yeah.
Mickey would have been fun. Call up John Civil. He's
You just get
got a,
everyone to do it, and then he'll do it, and then Liefeld can do his faces because that's typically what he does. I think I got this one. I got this for $1 at like a library sale. I think I sent it to you. Like, holy shit, that's worth a lot of money, right? Isn't this one
yeah,
worth
yeah,
money?
yeah. These John Malin issues of Youngblood are rare. This was what that cover was originally used for. They were actually going to do a book called Youngblood Zombies. Never happened. So this was an extreme sampler. Not a
Hmm.
lot of these in existence. It's worth finding if you can get it. But since it wasn't used a lot, let's use it for a variant. And of course, this is digitally painted by Mike Caprati. Mike Caprati is a friend of mine.
Hmm.
Actually worked at UPS with me and Brian and stuff. Local South Jersey guy. Nice, real
That's
nice
great.
guy.
Yeah, it's a great coloring. I love it. I think it's really good.
I mean,
Is he
Live
doing
loved him.
anything active now?
He does video game stuff.
Hmm. They paid. Um, Kevin McGuire did a cover for Godzilla Kong too. Did you see this? And he got paid, and he in some thread he said, "I haven't gotten a page raise for from DC in 20 years. 20 years." He says, "I'm not working for DC anymore." And
Wow.
then it's sidelined to him posting stuff about this like Kickstarter thing. But and then someone did math on one of the articles I read, and it was like, yeah, there's this much inflation. This if he's getting $100 this, like it's 61%, I believe, from then to then.
You think about this. I don't know. Is he doing traditional or digital?
Believe he's doing digital now.
Okay.
I believe.
So
Oh no, he might be doing regular. I'm confusing it because I'm thinking of another old guy who I listened to this week on Ink Pulps, which was Chiarello, which I would think would never be digital, is doing a new series digital.
yeah,
He's
I
doing a
listened to a
two-issue
really
series.
good Chiarello interview recently, and I'm like, man, so that guy's been around such a long time and had his fingers in so many pies. Like,
Yeah,
great person to listen to.
yeah.
Um, what I like about this cover is it's the three main. It's the Youngblood Big Three: Bedrock, Shaft, Iron. Go
Bedrock
to the
pooping.
Youngblood. He could be. Now this again, if you go, this was actually originally solicited as Youngblood Volume 4, Number 10, which didn't come out.
Hmm.
So I'm a big proponent of if you don't use it somewhere else.
You don't
You
use it.
know,
Use it.
that's true. And Liefeld definitely been doubling down on that lately because he's digging up all the old Youngblood artwork from the 90s that he never used as covers.
Right,
You
right.
know, the comic scene, the stuff from the keepsake cards. This is a good
Yeah.
example of that. I
Yes,
drew
thank
it.
you this week, right? Just thank you last week, I guess.
Yeah,
Thank
last
you.
week, right? That's cool stuff. Like, use it.
Use it or lose it, as they say in the biz.
I'm
George
very curious.
Perez.
Yeah, nice George Perez variant. Don't know if he drew it for the cover or just Liefeld. Liefeld has a huge amount of commissions. So this could have been that too. Don't know. It's good.
Is
It's
this
it's
is this
good
a
enough for a
is this
cover.
a triptych? Do we think there's something there? Do we know about this? Do we know if there's?
I
It
I do not
feels like
know.
it. Feels like it. Feels a weird. It feels like a weird crop because you cut his signature off, which no, it's a thumbs down for me. That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Um, you should figure it out. Listen, I know from editing the show and try to rebox stuff. It's things can be a pain in the ass, so I get it. But I think, and again, it's a couple years ago. You know, is that just the same one, just brighter, or what am I looking at here?
One's a digital image I found online, which isn't as clear as I wanted to.
Oh,
The
okay,
second one is it's an actual scan of a comic.
yeah, there you go. Is that your scan?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to get
I
like a CD-ROM or something. Well, when CD-ROM, I guess no one has a CD-ROM disk drive anymore, right? I guess just
yeah,
a
well, a
file.
CD-ROM.
Give me a CD-ROM of all your
Well,
scans of shit, bro. I guess you Google Drive me stuff a lot, so
it's in the Google Drive already, Mark.
okay then. I would love a CD-ROM so I can draw on it. You know what I'm saying? Give it to a lady, give her a CD, and be like, "Here's my Prince mix, y'all." Uh, some of your stuff. Wonder Man, topical,
Topical. Topical.
topical.
I gotta get back to it. Maybe I'll squeeze in an episode
Did
today
you
before
own
the
all of these books?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes, of course. What's funny is the books they use in the original art is not some of the books they use in the actual comic shop news cover.
Oh,
Boom. Different. Look, Akira?
whoa! All different.
No.
All different.
Yeah, all different. All different.
Wow, crazy.
Uh what I don't like is the Thor one hanging or the Avengers one up top is blocking the artwork, and it's not blocked in the original artwork.
Yeah, that's weird. What cover is that? What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. Looks like a like what these all are. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I guess I should look to see when this was published because it all seems to be around the same time, right?
Well, it's got to be 1990,
Yeah,
89. It's either 89 or 90,
yes, he
but it's cool.
does.
It's
They
a really
changed
good Spider-Man, dude.
but wait a second. They changed his own Spider-Man to the back cover of a Marvel Comics Presents. So he drew a Spider-Man #1 in there, and they're like, let's take that out. McFarlane gave us this image. Let's get that out of there. It's very confusing. Very confusing.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah, and
back
it's weird.
cover.
It only got used as a comic shop news collector's guide.
So weird. And it's a back cover issue. And I'm trying to see. I don't even think it's McFarlane's back cover because
No,
McFarlane has the back cover of the with the Shadowcat
right.
issue.
Mm. Cold Cold Steel?
This is
Cold Snap?
tough. Tough out there. Tough out there. Controversial cover.
No. Oh,
Um,
look at that guy. Somebody said, "All right, this was my mistake, I guess. I posted this cover, Ryan Otley artwork, and I thought it was older than it was." And
I
then Ryan
agree
Otley's
with
like, "No, no." Ryan Otley's like, "No, no, it's me from this time." So I can't argue with the artist, even
even though
But
he's wrong.
let's
Even though he's wrong.
But
So,
anytime Ryan Otley draws Youngblood, I do like his Youngblood. He drew him here. He drew him for 71. He's got the new cover. He drew him in Invisible 60 in the Invisible War, which is great. Um, Look at this one guy commented like, I think it looks like shit. What the hell is this
oh
guy?
my God.
Doesn't look like shit. This is cool stuff, man.
I just here's the thing. I think I agree with you on it. This is the pre-Hulk style. In Hulk, he had a bit more. I think Cates opened his mind up a little bit more. He was working with listen. He worked with the same writer for what, 11 to 14 years, a long time.
Hmm.
Worked with one writer. He didn't do many comic books, like at all. Like he's only done a handful. He did a Superman Batman annual with the Jeff Loeb run that Jeff Loeb
Two-thirds of
probably may
it.
have written. Two-thirds of it,
No,
correct.
Joe Kelly wrote it,
Joe Kelly. Okay.
based
So,
off probably a Jeff Loeb idea, though.
but there wasn't a lot. I can't imagine that the Jeff Loeb scripts would be much different than the Kirkman scripts. We've seen Kirkman scripts. Um, when you get to work with Cates, I think Cates was collaborative and it was just a wacky, I think it farmed more of Otley's ideas. And again, this is all just complete theory, right? But I feel like if he didn't have that progression in Hulk, he did Hulk, then Spidey, or vice
No,
versa.
he did Spider-Man first,
Spidey, right.
and then Hulk.
Spidey was about the same. I think he had the same. I think Cliff went with him at too, Cliff Rathburn. But I feel like when he did Hulk, I think he was making himself maybe. The last couple issues of that run, when Cates got into an car accident, it was a car accident, is that right? And didn't do it. Turing Grumbeck did some stuff. I think the last final issue of that storyline, he did completely himself, and it's unhinged. It
Yeah.
is very different. To which that's what the Battle Beast style is. So this to
Yes.
me. And this, I don't believe, is when you said it. This came out. This came out supposedly when this art here.
This Youngblood
When
issue
was
came out
75 published?
2012 to 13. So he had already been on Invincible for 8 years. 2004 or five, I think, is when he starts Invincible. And when he starts Invincible, he tries to do a little.
He's doing a Cory Walker
He's
impression.
doing a little Cory Walker.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Listen, like, it again. If you look at Charlie Adler when he first started, it was still Charlie Adler, but it was a little bit. It was laid out a little bit more like Tony Moore, and then it turned into just straight Charlie Adler. Both of them very funny that both of those books were so successful, and they both had original co-creator artists on the first 4 or 5 issues, and
Right.
then they're gone. Very fun, very strange. And to have an artist live up, potentially exceed on both is pretty fascinating as well, Um, going back to the previous conversation, I agree with you. I think this is it. I think this is like year 3 Invincible. This is not 2009. Like there's not a thing. Where is your 71? Your 71 up in here? You have
It's in
71 in here?
right there.
Okay, come on, guys. Come on now. We're just proving it right now. We just proved it. Come on now. This is it. This is the new Invincible style.
That's the Invincible.
That's the
That's
Invincible
an
style.
artist who's been doing Invincible 8 years.
Correct. So come on now. Come on now, bro. I love those colors, by the way. I love those. This is a pinup that was done in 2006 or something and never got used. Okay? There's too many angles. There's too many angles. He's not that confident in it like he is now, like he was in that. The line work's completely fucking different. It's totally different. Anyway, listen, guys, creators, sorry.
Yeah.
We,
I'm not here to argue with the guy.
I am. I'm here. I'll
Ryan
argue
Otley.
with him.
Ryan Otley comes in. He's like, nope, this is then. So I step back. I step
Uh,
back.
no, I don't know. I don't know. That's in here, right? Like,
But it's still cool.
look, you're wrong. Not you're
Yeah.
wrong, but like,
I'm gonna.
listen, we know what's what. We know the comic book archive. Like, we're constantly looking at stuff. Okay, here's a good example. A ton, a ton. This was actually featured in like the Marvel Fanfare Omnibus. A ton of Art Adams' work was all produced between 1982, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all of it came out in 1986. Like all of it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And
It,
people
he did,
thought he was like the fastest artist ever.
he's, yeah, but it's not. And then there was a repurpose, I think. Like they just had to change the date. There was like a pinup, and like there was a Marvel Fanfare like cover that was used, but that was like 3 years older. Like we know things are around. Fife's dealing with that shit now. The first 2 episodes of his Fife files on Keith Giffen, which are just admirable and exhaustive. I can't believe how much work he fucking did on them. So it's so envious of that work. That's incredible. Now,
Yeah.
But a lot of the first two episodes are like, there's no way he drew this then. Like he knows he didn't draw. He's like, there's no way that's the same guy who drew this in Legion 2 months later. It's like, there's no way. This was in Defenders, probably inventory story a year before. So we know. Look, we're us obsessive fans a lot of times know. And again, I'm not fighting with nobody, but we're right. We just proved. I don't know. I feel like we just proved it. We just did it. Anyway, Xing up. X going to give it to you. Supreme, maximum supreme time, everybody. Still in the Valentino. When are we out of it?
Uh, Friday, I think, is the last Valentino Supreme 40 post.
Who inked this again? De La
Sam De
Rosa?
La Rosa. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
Listen,
So
man, I'm reading this issue, and Enigma comes in and he explains everything about the Supreme run. And guess what? I don't like it. You think he's clearing everything up, but he just made everything more convoluted. This issue's terrible at trying to explain Supreme 1 through 39. I I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's a shame because in my head canon, I would do things differently.
sorry, I'm chewing Starburst, so I got to put on
That's
mute.
fine, man. Chew your starburst.
Um,
It basically sets up that Enigma has been behind everything. Like Crypt didn't kill Supreme, but then he takes Supreme's near lifeless body. I'm like, no, but like there's a precedent set for Supreme dying. And when Supreme dies, he comes back more powerful. That was in the Keith Giffen Legend of Supreme series. It's a really good series.
Jeff
Drawn by
Johnson.
Jeff Johnson, inked by Dan Panosian. I really like the way this issue's
Team.
drawn.
That's the team of Wonder Man. The team of the Gerard Jones Wonder Man, which they
Yeah,
can't
well,
reprint. You can't reprint that Wonder Man series. You won't reprint. They won't reprint it. There is no Wonder Man material right now. 0.0.
well,
0.0.
I'm sure that Pam Bondi would allow it to be printed. They seem to be good at protecting those types of people. Just call it the Epstein edition.
Zero, zero, zero. No
No,
Wonder. Like, come on, man.
that's a great series.
You're
It's a
not
great series.
allowed. You're not. I have like two episodes left. You're not allowed. I don't know. Just reprint some of this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like they're just it. By the time it can't catch fire if there's no material to get. There is a Wonder Man series that's coming out, but it's not. It's late or something, right? We covered it. It was coming out
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
It's not out yet. It's too late. By the time it comes out, it's too late. Listen, the attention span. I found it fascinating that Wicked 2 lost money. It didn't make it long. It wasn't long in the theaters. It made
What?
like a third less of the first one or more. That's confusing. No, I don't know.
That is
Now, uh, is this because this is not the
this.
Stacy color? This is like I know we've talked about this a few separate times.
Yeah. I found this picture on my computer. I wish I probably didn't have a scanner at the time. I was probably just selling old stuff, so I took a picture of it. Yeah, this is I guess the color placements for Spawn number one before Ken Stacy airbrushed it. And I kind of like this better. And I like Ken Stacy's airbrushes, but like I don't know, man, just something about this really appealed to me. Just the way the 90s coloring looks. Like it's a step above flats. It's pretty well colored. I don't think it's complete colors, but like, can I see this? Can you publish this? Can you finish this? Is this Steve Oliff, I wonder?
I don't know. I don't know.
But it's really interesting to me. Like I was a big comic shop news was my like everything because it was free.
Hmm.
And they promoted the heck out of everything that we wanted to read about in the late 80s, early 90s.
I would take two wherever I was. I would take one, then I would try to take two if possible. Or I try to buy something, then I would try to buy another thing so I would get a second one because I would cut them up and put them on my wall. I have one
Oh yeah,
picture,
that's right.
unfortunately, of like that, and that's what's funny is last week I got some wizards and stuff, and I know what poster should be in there. I know what's not in there. Can't be mad at it because I'm
Boo.
like, it's on someone's wall or was. So I'm like, well, that's cool, like, but pretty much all the comic shop news early previews I just chopped up, just put on the walls, and there's
And
so
now we're
much of
searching
it.
for it. This is like the main thing I hope you find is find these comic shop news, find these inside images, find these old previews. Because we're discovering a world of stuff that like we missed out on or we
Inside
forgot
Image
about.
is a treasure trove, dude. Like there's so many bits of artwork Like the what issue was it? Was it Bloodstrike that there was a cover not it was a Fragga cover not published, but it was a Daredevil
Oh,
homage.
yeah, it was a Barry Windsor Smith Daredevil homage,
Right,
and
but
it's a
then
super
I never saw the Barry Windsor Smith original, which had like a hedgehog or something in it or something. Like
the
it was
original
like
artwork. Yeah, we actually covered it
so
on the
weird.
show. We
Yeah.
go back and find it, people. You'll
Yeah,
never
I'm sure
find
I'll be
it.
able to find it in 127 episodes. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. I'll find the art again and put it up. Bloodstrike, baby. Bloodstrike. And then so that's that. That's pretty fun. But yeah, this was we said this, I guess this is almost like a callback
There's a callback because when
to
I
last
posted the
week.
cover to Supreme 40, I said, I this was old artwork, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go look for it. So went through my inside images again, a treasure trove, and it was solicited as a cover to Supreme #8, pencils by Brian Murray and ink by Sean McManus.
So who's
Really
the
cool,
artist?
and
Who became the artist? Like,
who was drawing this issue? I think McManus drew 7 and 8.
hmm,
Even though Ivy's listed, I'm sorry, Murray's listed. I don't think Murray comes back till issue 10. I know he's there for 10. He's not there for much longer after that.
no, because that's all the team up issues. You have a bunch of the team up issues.
Right, Supreme Madness and all that stuff. But yeah. Yeah, so I had to find this and show it to you like, hey, look, this is where it's weird. So this is probably
We're right,
90.
people. This actually dovetails into the Twitter conversation. We know what we're talking about. We're there on the ads. We're looking at it. We're studying it. We understand it. Like I still want to do a deep dive. I found some more stuff around the time when they were going to launch Weapon Zero. And there's other, there's just like all this artwork. Same thing with the Codename Strike Force. One of the inside image at Codename Strike Force #1 resolicited, which means I have to find the original solicits. Probably has completely different artwork. But remember, Codename Strike Force was that image 0? It was just Striker being
Yeah,
worked on
Striker.
like a Weapon X type of story.
Hmm.
And then he's like, I got 3 arms, and I'm standing up straight. Makes no sense. He has three
It's
metal
cyber.
arms.
He's got cyber enhancements, probably going down his spine, helping him stay straight.
Just seems like a lot of just fall right over. It's
You
just,
know, the funny thing is they did call them all mutants. Like Cyberforce, they were mutants.
yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't they didn't try to come up with some weird they're supras or they're metas or they're,
right. They're carabums, you
carabums.
know,
Yeah,
carabums
how old were you when you realized carabums was like cherubums and demonites were
or
demons? I'm like, oh,
demons.
angels and
Missed it.
demons.
Not until
So
probably I was 35 years old.
yeah,
Not until way later than should have been possible. Whoops.
right. Right.
You know,
You know it's funny, you didn't write a letter to Wildcats. Hey, Jim Lee, I think
listen,
carabum is like cherubim.
we should go
And
through. You know what? Let's do a special episode, a very special episode, going through my letters printed. We should do our letters printed because you have a bunch of them in Dragon, right?
yeah, I got a few in Dragon
Yeah. So
and a couple awesome comics.
yeah, man,
And,
we
you know
should
what?
do. I have a Judge
I was
Dredd and I got a Spawn.
I was the first letter printed in Jim Toes and Chad Bauer's Youngblood.
There you go.
It's a cringy letter too, but I meant it to be cringy.
All right, we gotta put
I'm
that's an
like
episode. There we
I'm
go.
like this book is so extreme. You guys definitely put maximum like I try to list all the I've had this much fun since I played in the
Yeah, so
arcade.
you
Like
can't say anything about me. Listen, I helped they used my comic book maybe as evidence during the Tony Twist trial. But
oh
like
right.
this guy exposes you and then you admitted to it in the letters page. And they're like, "Okay, that's not really happened, but could be. Could be."
Could be.
What was I, 14? Come on, give me a break, man.
I'll
Maybe
give you a
less.
break. Nah, 14. Wait, you were 15. Didn't we figure this out? Wasn't it like
I
issue
was a
20 or
young
something?
14. I don't know. 24. It's
So
24.
you're probably like 15.
That's all right. That's all right, everyone. Well, everyone have a great week. Everyone watch the haul video. Let us know. We're gonna do it anyway. I think we should do our letters page as a special episode, a very special episode. Exclusive. But go Birds. I don't think they're playing, right? Do I root for the Seahawks? I do. You know why?
It seems like the East Coast is going for the Seahawks and the West Coast is going for the Patriots.
Listen, Patriots are cheaters. I don't like that. I feel like that's just the way it is. Their quote unquote legacy is based on Deflategate and they're cheaters. Therefore, the whole organization, in my opinion, is shit. So screw it. Call it. No one got in trouble. Not a big deal. Give the guy more rings. Give him more notoriety. Whatever. No dice. That's my hot take
It's a
on
hot take, Mark.
sports. Yeah. But like, comment, subscribe, everyone. Let us know if you're reading something. We need to probably do some type of intermittent, like what are you reading, what you're reading, what you're going to read type of thing, because I feel like I'm getting stale on some stuff, but I want to dig into some other things. So we'll see. Well, it's a constant struggle. It's cold out. It's hard. We got to figure out all the things, but I don't know. Everyone have a great week, and we'll
Ryan
see.
Otley double backed on it because when I posted the cover to Youngblood 71, he's like, and this cover was at the same skill level I was at on Invincible at the time as well. As well, but this time very different colors, flat covers versus rendered always makes the art feel different. So he's doubling down on the fact that they were drawn at the same time.
They're not drawn at the same time, Ron Otley. You know this. Don't lie to us, Ryan Otley. I'm going to make it short of this where I'm calling out Ryan
No, you're
Otley.
not.
I'm
Don't
going to make,
escalate this.
I'm
If
going to
if this
escalate.
shows up on Bleeding Cool, I'm done.
I'm making it a thing. It wasn't drawn at the same time. All right, everyone have a good week.